Hello friends, Jef here and welcome to Facebook. Now today is a special Facebook because we're broadcasting live from the insane asylum here at Squadron. And now we all saw the movie. I think most of you saw it, the movie Jaws. And there's a scene where the character that Roy Scheider plays, he looks at the shark and the shark is big, it pops out of the water and he says, well, we need a bigger boat. You know, and look no more because we got a bigger boat. Look at this. Trumpeter's 1/200 scale Titanic. Now if you talk about the kid of the year, here we got one. Now, I am being known as a very weak person, so I can't lift this bug by myself. So I invited my friend and fellow modeler, Robert Morrison, to the building here, and he's going to help me talk a little bit about the kid. So here you go.
Hi,
Robert,
Jeff.
welcome
Thank
to
you
the
for
show.
coming on the show. I appreciate it. And
maybe you can tell a little bit about yourself because for the people who don't know you, maybe introduce yourself and tell where you come from, what your background is. And also, I think you were a modeler all your life, but then you took a hiatus of the hobby. So maybe you can talk a little bit to the people while I get rid of this monkey suit.
all right. Well, I started modeling when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I grew up in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, which you'll catch from my accent every so often when I get excited. It does come out, and although I've been living in Texas for 30-some years, it still has not gone away. Well, I built models till I was about 15 or 16, and I built mostly aircraft, and then I went into balsa wood models, and basically moved away from the hobby. Then about 27 years ago, when my first daughter was born, I found time on my hands and I started building again. So I moved on to scratch building with basically wooden train cars I built from blueprints. And from there I ventured back into plastic modeling, which is predominantly airplanes and armor. And to that, I've taken the skills of scratch building into plastic modeling and really enjoy it. And so that's where we are today.
Because I seem to remember, I think we first met about 4 or 5 years ago at the Eagle Quest.
Yes, we did.
And then we started talking about you, and that's when you said that you came back from the hobby and you started looking into plastic modeling, and the rest is history, I guess. Well, I can't take my pencil because I forgot to put my other pencil on, so so anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the Titanic. Of course, everybody is familiar with the Titanic. Everybody is familiar with the movie, the story. The Titanic sunk, I think it was on the night of the 14th of April, 1912. And killed about 1,500 people. I think foreshort, I think 1,496 people disappeared into the Atlantic, into the North Atlantic. So this has become an icon as far as the whole concept of the Titanic. So this is the first ship that I know that is being reproduced in plastic in 1/200 scale. So let's open the box and see what's in there.
You need a crane. Hey.
So if you buy this, you at least need your wife to help you open the box. Okay. So this is the instructions and all that. So we'll go over that a little bit. And the first thing that pops into your, actually pops into view, is the hull. Look at this. Look at that. Here we got the hull. It's a one-piece cast, and that's quite impressive. So before you buy the kit, make sure that you get some room or build an addition onto your house, so you can put this on display. And well, let's leave that out. Maybe I'll put it here somewhere. And I got it. So then, I don't know what your first impression is about the kit. That's it. You mentioned something about the portholes.
Well, my first impression about the kit was how well this is molded into one solid piece, and I would say it appears to be watertight, as you can see here, and which offers some interesting features if you're going to build this model. The detail on the outside is really nice. It has all recessed portholes here. If you look on the box right here, it shows lights at the lower decks There's a lighting kit here, so if you want to light this kit, you're going to have to drill open some of these holes, but putting an LED strip in the back would be really easy.
Now this, to Robert's point, this kit comes with an LED set, so that's included. We'll go over that in a little bit when we go through the instructions, but this is absolutely probably going to have a lot of work in drilling those portholes open if you want to put those LEDs in there. So.
Yeah, or just a few, or you can just leave them enclosed like they are. I mean, it's beautifully molded on the outside.
Now, if you have some questions during this whole session, if you have some questions about Titanic, please feel free to ask. So now is the time. If you have some concerns or anything, maybe we can help you before you buy this. Maybe you want to be sure about certain things.
Vernon Pieria would like to know if it's heavy.
Actually, no. Now, of course, the whole box, maybe we can put this somewhere. The box itself with all the cardboard and all that, just to pick it up and to carry it under your arm. If you buy it somewhere and you have to walk to your car like a mile, I wouldn't do that because it's pretty cumbersome. But as far as heavy, no. It's typical plastic kit, but there is some weight to it, yes. But it's not really like very heavy. It's just the whole concept about the way it's packaged that adds on to a lot of weight to the whole thing. But the kit itself, that's no big deal.
Well, Jeff, you mentioned packaging. One thing I wanted to illustrate was inside this box here, where the hole comes in. They have done a really nice job of creating these shipping styrofoam. You can see on the hull here, it fits so nicely. Well, that ensures you're going to get a good quality product when it arrives at your house.
Not only that, but now that you just mentioned this, maybe you should not throw this away, because if you ever have to transport it, this would be the way maybe to
well, also if you're building on your workbench, you put these down with some white tack underneath them.
Oh yeah,
you can
that's
set
right.
the mold. You can set this, and now you've got a stable platform to work on, or to do anything else. So I really see some value to these later on.
I'll throw these away. All right, let's put that away. We'll pack everything back after. So then, of course, we have all the accoutrements that come with the kit, and they're all packed in separate. You can open another one over there. So it's all really nicely packaged. So you see here, it also comes with a stand. You know, you can put it on display. So Trumpeter provided with a nice little stand. And then I have to go and look at the instructions here. Now the kit itself, it's I think 1,280 parts. Yeah, 1,280 parts, and this is something that you're not going to be able to do overnight or not even the weekend. So it will, depending how fast you are and how experienced you are, it probably will take you a month to put this together. It comes with photo etch, not that much, but eventually. Can you hand me that one of the papers there, or maybe hand them all? Because what's the other one?
It shows it on the box.
There's another one. There's another paper in the middle. Not the middle one.
That one.
Yeah, that one. It shows that Pontos in March comes out with a superset, and it will include the wooden deck, a bunch of photo etch that's coming out, and then some other metal or brass parts. So Pontos, I don't know if it's in cooperation with Trumpeter or if they're going to release it by themselves, but they announced something mid-March, I guess, that it comes with an absolutely fabulous superset that you can add to your. It all depends how far you want to take it. So if you really want to go all the way, you probably have to wait before building it and wait until maybe next month or sometime next month, so you can get this set also. I'm sure for all the Titanic fanatics amongst you, this is a necessity. So something to think about. All this will come with the kit, so you can read up on it. Once you get the kit, it will tell you. Talking about that, Trumpeter went to the effort at least just to tell a little story about the Titanic. It will tell you the whole thing, how the disaster happened, and a lot more. But also, and for the shipbuilders amongst you, for me this is new because I am not really into ships that much. But at least it gives you some different black and white contemporary pictures of the Titanic. So when it left, when it was tested and all that. So it tells, they did a very good job in documenting this kit. And then of course this is typical Trumpeter instruction sheet. It's too much to go through it. I think it's like 30 or 40 pages. So a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of patience. I think, yeah. And then for, we included some replica of the newspaper when the disaster happened. So when you buy this kit, you get this included. We thought it would be an extra or a nice touch, just to tell you, or at least maybe you can frame it once the ship is built. Maybe you can frame it and hang it next to your model. So this is also coming your way if you decide to pick one up.
That's exclusive at Squadron.
Yeah, that's only exclusive at Squadron. Yeah, this is something we do. We stack into the box. And then other than that, yeah, there is a lot of stuff. Maybe Robert here is like an aficionado more into LED lighting. So I don't know. Maybe you can go over it a little bit because that's not my
Forte?
My forte. Yes.
I think it's in the small box.
Yeah. It comes. The LED kit comes with a little book. Of course, it comes in a package separately, but it also comes with a whole booklet of how to put it together, and that by itself is already mind-boggling. So maybe you, Robert, you can explain a little bit because I'm too dumb for that stuff.
Oh, Jeff, it's not that difficult. It's about as difficult as putting glue on plastic.
Well, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, it comes with a nice little accessory and a instruction booklet, and the package is already set here. And from looking at the assembly book, the wiring is pretty basic. You
really? I mean, that makes me even
more
dumb because I
drop a little solder to put a joint together, or actually, if you don't want to use solder, you could probably use a wireless connector on this. And you just put the wires through the holes that they illustrate, and then you attach the LEDs right to it. All the hard work has been done for you, and the soldering is pretty simple. So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably difficulty, probably a 2.
Seriously?
Seriously, this is not difficult.
Well,
you're not having to program anything, buy anything. It's all nicely set out in the package with instructions, and tells you exactly how to do it. So I think success is probably well within everyone's reach here to have a nice looking model when it's done and have it lit up. Now if you want to go a little bit further and go a little bit beyond the upper deck lighting here, you can add additional lighting which is illustrated on the box. If you look on the box here, if you look on the box here, they have the portholes on the lower deck. You can buy LED strips at just about anywhere, and you just glue them to the back here. What you would do is you take a little pin drill and you drill out a few of these, which is really easy because of the way they're embossed on the ship. And you would just attach them on the back with some tape or some glue. And then the only thing I would mention to you is when you put the lights in the back here, paint the inside of your hull black. So if you get any bleed through, which is what they call where the light goes around the edge of the LED, you won't get a shine where you don't want it, or the plastic won't shine through. So I would paint the interior black and the exterior black if you're going to light this piece up down here, but you don't need to. You could probably even put a little drop of yellow paint in there, or a clear yellow paint, and get the same illustration and have a nice looking model if you wanted to light up the lower deck, or it look good if everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
Which is what they were doing when the ship went down.
Yeah, that's true.
They were all upstairs having a drink.
Well, the rich people with the cheap tickets, they had to stay all the way to the bottom. So
yeah,
maybe it's good to watch the movie again before you open the box and just get back into the zone. Of course, it's Hollywood. There's a lot of history that's a little iffy, but it's just good to refresh the whole hype about the Titanic. Now the Titanic is still, well, like I said, they're still in the North Atlantic somewhere, and I think it's at a depth of about 12,000 feet.
Something like that.
So it's almost, because of the weight and the crushing weight, it's impossible that ever will be, well, I can say never, because maybe 100 years from now they will have something to put that on. But yes, it's still there, and tragic.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you want to welcome some of your
Yeah,
Oh,
viewers?
sure.
we've got some shout outs here.
All right.
One from Belgium who really likes your ensemble.
Oh, Mark. Oké, Mark van Belgium. Goedenavond, zal ik maar zeggen. Here is it about 12 o'clock, so we were probably about 7 hours difference. So, goedenavond. Then we have Mike Bartlett. We have David Mason. David Mason. Mark Saperstein. Mark Hydro. Hello, Marks. Then 3 ships built. Chinese junk.
He's built 3 ships.
Oh, okay. Mark Hydro? Really? Mark?
Yeah.
Did you build 3 ships? I don't believe that. But anyway, if you say so. Then we have Vernon Pereira, Kyle Wood, Harold Lichtman. Hey Harold, I know you from the show. Frank Landers, hey Frank, and Victor C. Now, all you guys, thanks again for tuning in. I think hopefully we'll keep doing that as we go along. We got some more interesting things to come in the future. And Robert here is going to be like a regular guest, talking about the nostalgia about modeling. Yeah, well, there's more, I guess. I don't know. Again.
What's in all the other boxes?
Well,
You opened a couple boxes.
we can open there, yeah. That's the beauty of Trumpeter. They always come with these nice little compartments, and so you can keep everything separated. But it probably would take me a month to explain everything. That's how basically complicated it is.
What box do you have? See?
No. Yeah, it's probably the smokestacks. You got separate smokestacks here. Yeah. Also part of the deck. But they took a lot of work. The kit is a little pricey. Now I know how a woman feels when the bra strap falls.
Feel the pain.
Yeah, I feel the pain. But it's, you know, the kit is pricey, but on the other hand, you get a lot. And if you see how Trumpeter went through the whole effort and pain of packaging everything, you know, you get value for money. So, what else do we have? I mean, I can go on and on and on. If there's any question, please ask, because, I mean, I can...
Someone wants to know if there's a Kate Winslet scale figure included.
A what?
Kate
Kate
Winslet.
Winslet. No. You have to sculpt that, you know. Maybe I can hold Robert like this, like kind of a deal. But no, again, it's too much to explain, and it's so bulky. So my suggestion is be prepared. If you get this kit, be prepared that it's going to take up a lot of space. Because I was thinking at my hobby room at home, I got like a smaller kind of a bedroom that I converted into a hobby room, but I cannot imagine dragging that box in there and not bumping into something. So it is something that you probably have to build in sections and do it very slowly. Take your time. Again, like I said in the beginning, once you get the kit, you have to make a decision. Either you want to wait for those accessories or just build it straight out of the box, which is perfectly fine. It comes with photo edits, it comes with certain things like some railings, like some benches, like some ornaments. So it's perfectly fine to build it straight out of the box, and you will have a great model. But again, for the what's the word? The more progressed people, they might have to wait for the wooden deck and the other stuff that comes with it. So, you have anything to add, Robert?
Well, I
Is it
was just
making
looking
a
at,
mess here.
oh no, I was just looking at the quality of the plastic and just leaving it in the bag here. One thing I noticed on the upper deck rails here was the way they've done a really nice job of creating the railing system. And here again, they've also created little portholes, which may be difficult on the camera to see because of the plastic, but there are indentations in the plastic molding. The other thing I really like about this is the sprue gates and the way they're attached. They're nice and clean and fresh. No, that's okay, we can leave it in the back.
Okay.
They're nice and clean, and the other thing I noticed here with all this nice railing, there's no flash. And so this would be really clean assembly, and it will cut back, really move your assembly forward, because you're not having to deal with all that flash and other problems here. But this is a nice clean mold. I really like this, and I like the way the plastic works here.
Oh, somebody just asked me if there is any interior detail. Honestly, I don't think so. I didn't see that. I think it's more like the exterior. I don't see any. Now I did see on one of the photos there are some benches like park benches basically that are aligned. So there is a lot of most of the focus was on the exterior detail. So I don't know if there is another company going to come out with some accessory set, maybe in resin. But honestly, 1/200 scale, and then looking through the small portholes, I don't think you can see much of interior anyway, unless you do a cutout. But no, from what I can see on the instruction sheet, there is no interior detail with this kit.
But the instructions do show a lot of exterior detail. If you look here, it has a photo etch ladder system, a porthole, some sort of a cover there, some deck railings. The upper deck is a sandwich situation where they sandwich several decks together. And if you look in here, on this one, I don't know if you can see it on this camera, when you put the deck on the hull, the inside of the hull is actually hollow. So, and there would be nothing to see anyway. And if you wanted to do an interior, it would probably have to be towards the window side of this, given the scale of the model and everything. But there's so much activity on the outside, and going through the instruction booklet, I also was looking at some other exterior details. There's a tremendous amount of things going on in the deck here if you look at it. All these little lights and everything else are going down on your deck. There will be a lot of visual imagery when you put this model together to really catch your eye and look at. Plus it'll be fun to build and detail up. So there's a lot to work with here.
But like I said, most of the focus was on the exterior, and I think even if you build it straight out of the box, you will have a first class showstopper, so I wouldn't mind too much about anything else, or maybe if I don't even know how much that accessory kit is going to be, but it's just going to add on a decent chunk of more money to the whole kit or the whole build. So anyway, if you have more questions, please ask, because I think we're about done. Again, you can. It does come with a nice color profile. I think it's over there somewhere. I think it shows you. Yeah. So like you see, it comes with a nice color profile. That's also included. How you can paint the ship and all that. But again, I'm not a shipbuilder, and I think you guys who are out there who really are interested, they know what to do and how to paint it. And I'm sure the Titanic is a well-known subject. It comes out, or it came out in several scales already, but so far I think this is the biggest one I know, unless you go into wooden models. But being not a shipbuilder, I am impressed. I'm impressed with the whole concept, and that there are still companies out there like Trumpeter that dare to do something like this. So kudos to them. And although it comes with an expensive price tag in a way, still it's worth every penny if you're interested in this subject.
You mentioned the accessory kit for the wooden deck, and I was looking at this, and one thing I wanted to mention is you don't need to wait for that. You can create the wooden panel really well here with, you spray it down with some Tamiya Desert Yellow, and you use a couple of your up-tide lug oils.
Oh, okay.
And you just put a drop of oil paint on there, and you pull it with
it's like a brush,
and you wash it, and you will come out with a really incredible wood effect.
Now, does it come with planking? Is it, yeah?
I'm assuming that the plastic has already got the planking.
Yes,
so,
it has the planking.
So you just spray it down with a beige color or a light sand color, whatever color you want your wood, and take your up to lug oils, and just put a little drop here and there, and just pull them through, and variate the brush stroke, and within a few minutes you'll have a beautiful looking deck. Give it a day or two to dry, and seal coat it with some semi-gloss, and you've got an original looking deck, and you haven't, waited for that other piece. If that's the way you're inclined,
Yeah.
you build a model right out of the box.
But again, if you wooden decks are always so much
Yeah.
nicer to have. But so that's up to you. So I guess if there is no other questions, then we can proceed with our raffle from last week.
Yeah.
I guess is there.
This is just for the end.
Oh, is that?
Remind about the clearance sale this weekend.
Oh. What is it? What did it say?
This is winter clearance.
Oh. Okay, so last week session we were raffling off paint sets, the Vallejo, the German paint set, and the US paint set, World War II. So we're gonna draw a lucky winner. So Robert, you do
Okay.
the honors. Just pick somebody. Don't pick your own name.
No, my name's not in here. I know that.
No.
All right. So the lucky winner is. Here you go.
Oh, okay. It's Abraham Lynn. So Abraham, if you're watching this, you're the lucky winner of these two paint sets from Vallejo. Very good price, very good product. So please contact our customer service either to the help desk or call one of our customer service representatives with your name and address, and we'll get those things out as soon as possible. Then for next week, we're going to raffle off a BMPT from Trumpeter 35th scale. So please leave comments. You know the drill by now that whenever you leave a comment. Okay, there we go. Leave a comment in the comment box, and that makes you eligible to participate in next week's raffle to win this beautiful kit. Then further on, we have also, please check our website regularly. We just got a container in with new stuff, so please check our website every day to see what's coming and what's new. And also we have a winter sale going on this weekend, so check that out. You'll find more details of the whole thing on our homepage at our website at squadron.com. Other than that, thank Robert for being here, and hopefully we can do this again. Maybe we can do a couple more things we can talk about. I think we're both of the old school kind of.
Yeah.
We saw the whole evolution, so we're going to talk to Robert a little bit more and pick his brain about the evolution of plastic and whatnot. Other than that, go to our website. I already said that. Subscribe, please, to Facebook. Okay, the people in the cheap seats are saying something.
Visit YouTube.
Oh yeah, go to YouTube, visit YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitter, Instagram, and of course on Facebook. Leave a comment. Again, you don't have to do it right now. You can, if you miss this live episode, you can do it later on during the week. Just leave a comment, and you'll be eligible to win something. Other than that, it's Friday. It's a beautiful day outside. Hopefully you'll have all a wonderful weekend and everything goes well. Start building some models. And other than that, I don't know what to say anymore. So anyway, you all have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys next week, Friday at 12 o'clock Central. Jef V here and Robert signing off.